Let's see if we can't do something about my boredom.
Sorry, I was just enjoying being real fast. It's so satisfying flying this little airship around. Okay, before we advance the plot, we need to pop into this town real quick, because I keep forgetting to remember that there were things here. I kept going on and on about how there were elemental rods that the Black Mage and some of the other classes that we never had weapons for can equip, and it's because I forgot that these stores opened up once we restored this kingdom 100 fucking episodes ago. So here we go. Yeah, there they are down there at the bottom. There's even the rune staff. I don't even know what that casts, but I'm going to buy one. I'm going to buy one of each of these. Oh boy. I got the high score in Buy Quest Adventure. We could have come here and bought more wind spears too, because they do have a higher attack power than the thunder spear, but unfortunately, we're past our Dragoon party days. What say you, Mohawkman? We did. We saved Solania, this town that we care about so much, that blew up our first airship. Not that we're bitter or anything. Heaven forbid. Okay. I'm going to give you, oh boy, a light staff. I wish that was true. I double-checked the ancient text between episodes, and it talked about how that bonus doesn't actually apply, even though the game says it does. What a shame. If we were to give you the rune staff... Oh, I remember the benefit of the rune staff. It cast Blizzara, or... yeah, the second tier of ice magic. I don't think there are staves that do the fire and thunder versions, but what can you do? You can't have it all, as they say. Alright, everybody's real magically inclined. We've got items, including some bonus items. There's not really any treasures in the next quote-unquote dungeon, so we're not too worried about inventory space right this second. Hold on, I'm pre-gaming my ancient text, making sure I know what's up and what's happening. I mean, I'm accessing my memories of Final Fantasy III, infallible as they are. Human. Tell me of the job system, human. Is Final Fantasy V's not superior? Well, yeah, it is, but I mean, everything's got to start somewhere now. Fish and or fish, I say. Okay, we don't really need our casters to do much, so they can just use their items. Caster items. Our party is so chromatically balanced. You can just miss when you use your item sometimes. 100 damage. Tommy's like, good job. You done a great job. Alright, so yeah, we got to fly back up here to Dorga's house. Now, because we're not in the Invincible, we don't get the quote-unquote super useful cannon fire at the start of the battle, but I take going fast as fuck over that. If we just put like a futon in here that we could all lay on, and, you know, we don't, maybe not fat chocobo, we could get a moderately chunky chocobo. Thick chocobo, my favorite chocobo variant. Okay. I guess I could use one of my precious spell charges to make sure we one cycle this fight. You're asking a lot of me. We've got both types of swords, katana swords and not swords. What about scimitars? They're kind of in the middle. Oh, you didn't bolt nothing. Fun. I just want to get to this house again. We've reached that point in Final Fantasy where the random battles are just inconvenience. Although we do get to see Ben slatting around his magic rods. Magic rod Ben. Not my favorite variant. Okay, land this fucking thing. I'm gonna go in here. Dorga and Unne are probably gonna have lunch ready. Son, we'll all set, have a nice meal, chat it up, have a nice after dinner mints, and then after dinner mints, they can be like, oh yeah, here's those keys that you need to beat the game. Go ahead and go beat it. We love you. And then they kiss you on the forehead and give you a bento, each of us a bento lunchbox, customized to our experience. So, everything I just said was a lie. We actually have to get through a little dungeon. We haven't proved ourselves enough yet. These two motherfuckers. I can see now why Xand is so not fond of you. Starting to think maybe Xand did nothing wrong. Maybe the gift of mortality isn't as cool a thing as I like to pretend it is. I just want to kill one of them. I just want to kill them with kill magic. Kill magic. My favorite expansion. Now that would get me back into Magic the Gathering, maybe. Kill a kill. Of course, I would need a custom card of Miri Cat Warrior wearing Ryuko Matoi's battle outfit for scientific purposes, of course. If you can't justify her, I will accept Ink Eyes, the Ninja Rat, as she's known. Ninja Rat XX69, as she posts on the internet says. Perryton. Get arrow-toed death. Oh, please let this kill spell work so that we can all have a good time. Hit Tommy once, I don't care, as long as my kill spell works. Damn you, Sakaguchi. Why have you got to make me want to use this magic? Oh yeah, we were meant to cast Venom at least once. I guess right now is as good time as any. Chris is like, the only venom they'll taste is the venom of my dark blade. Poisoned by the blood from my tortured heart. Even if Leon from Fantasy II was watching, he'd be like, that's a bit much. You're giving edgy boys a bad name. Okay. Alright. Here we can just buy high potions, so... Suck them down like Tic Tacs. Oh, there's all kinds of dead ends in this place. If I didn't have the ancient text, boys. Talk about a situation. Put Chris in the front since he won the last fight. Hey, guys. I'm gonna cast Kill again. We won our spell. There's a particularly dangerous boss fight at the end of this dungeon, so, you know, we won our spell charges, but we're not going to need that many that I can't use some of my fun spells. So it just never lands. I don't understand why they put these instant death spells in these JRPGs just to make you feel bad. What am I supposed to go blow imps up with them? I'll do it. And by imps, of course, I mean goblins. The imps in original Final Fantasy are supposed to be goblins. It just really wouldn't fit in English. In later versions of the game, including, I assume, Pixel. I don't remember if they're imps or goblins in Pixel Remaster. How odd. I've only done 2 playthroughs of that. I did my first one that I recorded for y'all, and then on my own I did a solo Red Mage. It was an interesting experience. I don't remember who won the last fight, so... Chris will just be our overworld man for now. Oh boy, a back attack. Now's my chance to help the party. I should just be casting Quake. Just like John Romero and John Carmack in the 90s, I should just be using Quake constantly. Of course, Chris would prefer the Dai Katana. When he realized it was Dai, like as in large, and not Die, as in the Katana, he got a little bit more upset. He's like, never mind. I didn't realize it was the shitty version. I too hate Bart Simpson. Quake! It's Shake and Quake, and I killed. That was a good battle. And the best part of that good battle was that it was won by the Magic Boy, and he gets to be the party leader now. Everybody follow the Magic Boy. He's going to grant you that magic joy. Oh no. Another group of these things. Just use all of my quakes on them. I'm sure I won't regret that later. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. I don't know if Quake does split damage or not, like if the number of targets matters. It seems to be doing pretty good damage when there's 3 or 4 of them, so yeah. At least it's better than Final Fantasy I's Quake, which was an instant death spell, so of course it never fucking landed. This box just has money in it, but it's in my line of sight. Why not? Scrooge McDuck would stop and pick up 20,000 gil. Back attack me all you want, unless you kill Ben the Black Mage Boy on the first turn, then it doesn't matter. They're trying, boys. They're gunning for it. Fat heels. I don't know if having cute cat ears on your white magic robe improves your heels, but I like to think it does. I'll Quake one laughing fat genie. I don't care. I'm the Black Mage. I cast the spells that makes the peoples fall down. Your Honor. 8-Bit Theater. Speaking of 8-Bit Theater, if you've read that, you might recognize some of these sprites. Like when the Black Mage in 8-Bit Theater upgrades to, I think he becomes a /blue mage. Yeah, because he learns Goblin Punch, which is what he calls it when he kicks you in the nuts. That's the blue magic he learns. He gets this sprite. And I'm pretty sure the fighter gets that knight sprite. And then the red mage, who becomes a /mime. Because the first thing he does is mimes the Black Mage's famous Hadouken spell that like shoots out a nuclear blast. It's one of those weird recurring things that they brought about. Alright, which of these doors has the shit that I need? Okay, that one's a dead end. The ancient texts have saved us yet again. Hey guys, look at these fucking things. Kill. It's just a spell called Kill. I love it so much. I think I would make a good Black Mage. Like, I like the meme dragoons and such, but I think there's enough hate in my heart to just wear a shady hat. That's my favorite part, is you get to wear that shady hat where, like, no one can read your expression. Everyone just thinks you're thinking cool thoughts. Red Mage gets that advantage, too, though, with their big, floppy, feathered hat. Although Red Mage tends to draw more attention to themselves, so probably saved for more charismatic people, like cute Mithra cat girls. Oh no, not an ambush. Please don't attack my mages in the back row. Should we just keep casting Kill? It has to land at some point, right? Kill. I just want once. I just want to see what the spell effect is. I want to see what little swirls and curly cues and nonsense they put in. Like this. Look, arrow. Whoosh. It's like he's being hit with a tear grenade. But we'll never know. Because I ain't never allowed to land a kill spell. Yeah, I get it. He did all the work. Okay. This music. Nemesis. Somebody get Jill Valentine in here. Preferably the aforementioned Freya Crescent cosplay. Jill Valentine. Thank you. Yep. Petrifying. Alright, buddy. Bolt 3 and back to the Stone Age. I mean, it's not bad. I'd like to think Jeremy helped. And the best part is we get to go back to being Black Mage Boys. Tommy ain't finished a fight that I've been paying attention to yet. He used to be the flagship member of the Onion Boys, son. He used to be right in the front. The man in the front said everybody bunt, and it turned into a baseball blitz. Well, you confused Jeremy and then slapped him in the back of the head for 1 damage, and then he was like, oh yeah, I remember now. I despise you. It's like that Resident Evil movie that ends where they got Alice back in like the pod, and they're like, good news, Wesker, sir. Alice is in the pod, and we erased her memories, and we're all going to be good friends again. I've already rented GoldenEye, both on VHS and the Nintendo 64 game. And Wesker's like, you fool, I already owned GoldenEye. Complete rareware saturation is how he describes his Nintendo 64 library, son. But regardless, Alice opens her eyes and is immediately like, oh hey, you remind me of a bunch of assholes I'm going to kill. And then spoilers, it's a bad time for the Umbrella Scientists. I wish those movies could have been good. Barrier. So that's an item that casts Reflect, which would be super useful if you were going up against some kind of assholes that cast powerful magic. But I don't know anyone like that. I don't have any supposed allies that are running me through a fucking dungeon that would have anything to do with that. It doesn't matter. This is a melee fight. Melee combat. Not quite as catchy as Mortal Kombat. Oh, I looked up on the ancient text between recordings, by the way. Remember in the Cave of Darkness when Jeremy was our bard and he had the Lamia harp? It says it's supposed to inflict sleep, but it turns out it's like bugged and doesn't actually work. So that's fun. When you're using your own 3 Dark Knight / bard team, keep that in mind. All right. So Dorga and Unne are standing there in a very stack of pancakes-esque manner, and I just want to run up there and high-five them and get on our way. But unfortunately, they've got it in their mind that we need to tussle. You must defy. So apparently we need their like spirit energy to form the key. Because in the Eureka, the hidden land, the sealed town, the bad Underdark, they sealed a bunch of good shit. Oh no, it's like unsealing Majin Buu. They need our battle energy. No, we can't fight you. You're our good friends, are we? Do you consider us good friends with Dorga and Unne? You stubborn fools, defeat me or die. Is that what you look like under that robe? You're like all mouth. I guess they did like a battle transformation. Kind of like Resident Evil. Characters in Resident Evil games, the villains mainly, love to mutate into giant fucking monsters. Alright, this guy, they're like resilient to every element. So you have to use non-elemental spells like Bio. So you two melee and then you haste them boys up. Maybe we can get through this. I probably should put the shields on Tommy and Chris. But maybe we can deep race this guy down. Or maybe he can quake the shit out of us. Good lord. That's damage. Has anyone got Phil Swift's phone number? Oh, but Chris... Hasty Chris is a damaging Chris as well. Alright. I'm gonna need big fat cures, baby. Oh no! Jeremy turned into a statue. It doesn't... Well, we won one fight. So now we have to immediately fight Unne. So this is fun. This will be a fun experience. I have 57 soft potions, so hopefully that'll be enough. You two should barrier yourselves in the meantime in case she casts Flare. Reflect. The reflect status in this game reflects one spell back at the caster or their party and then disappears. So apparently it doesn't reflect tornado or white wind. That wasn't white wind, W wind. It's a recurring Final Fantasy thing that like lowers your character's the critical status. So fun. A fun thing to encounter. Actually, you should be sucking HP out of that woman. Also, I haven't even commented on what she turned into. My God, son. She's all claws and ass. Okay, you just keep fighting. We're just going to pray that Jeremy can land this Cure 4 on Tommy before she does an AoE. Okay, she put Reflect on herself. I hope that doesn't reflect my bio or my drain. Oh no, it just didn't hit her at all. It's the best possible outcome. HP up. It doesn't even show a number because it just maxes out. I can hit her with Quake. Alright, and now Jeremy, why don't you... Wall is the version of Reflect that we cast. Put that on yourself. Yeah. Quake. Moderate damage. The problem with her using that ability is she likes to do an AoE every now and then. So we got to keep everybody's HP up and at them. I don't know if bio is going to reflect off of her or not. It's worth a try. What could possibly go wrong? I don't think Reflect reflects beneficial magic. Oh, well. Oh, we got lucky. So it did reflect her blizzard. That's a good thing. Ayo. Okay, yeah, that we learned that did, in fact, reflect. But it should have only done it once, so now we can hit her one. We had to get rid of it somehow. He has a spell called Erase that's supposed to remove it. It's kind of like a Dispel, but the ancient text says it's one of the magic spells in the game that is bugged. I think it's an homage to Final Fantasy 1, where half the magic spells didn't work, or they did the opposite of what you wanted them to do. Oh, never mind. We win. That fight was much harder on my personal plan playthrough, but I didn't come down here prepared for it as well. And it was like, I just scraped by the skin of my teeth. But this crowd's so professional that it was just good sport. And for a entertaining YouTube playthrough, that's what you want. Oh, excuse me, our friends died. We should be sad. Oh, I thought it was forcing us to stand there and listen to the music, but I could have closed that text box at any point. Speak to me. Now that you've beat the shit out of us, this cool key was made. Enjoy your fat loot, idiots. So, their physical bodies, I guess, can die, but their spirits are immortal. Except, you know, for Xand. Because of his gift of mortality. I mean, if you get to go to the cool afterlife and hang out with cool afterlife people, I could see why Xand might be mad, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Alright. Well, now that we're properly sad that our friends died, let's go beat the damn game. It's a good thing. Cool and neat. Alright, let's save. Let us save. Of course, we still had to fly out of this place, which means we still had to fight these annoying, tedious battles. Tell you what, These are lower level enemies. Let's be indulgent. Let's see if we can land a damn kill on any of them. I forgot he doesn't have magic anymore. Defend, defend. There we go. Kill. It's not fair. It should kill at least one of you. I'd be the whiniest black mage of all time. I'm telling you. It's like no advantage to ever using it. At this point, it's going beyond being a joke to me being genuinely sad that they put something like that in the game. If for everyone to try, like casting it once, see that it didn't work, and then never use again. It feels wasteful of a spell called Kill. I should have had Jeremy use some sort of arrow magic, and then we could have one-cycled this crowd, but I was too busy being petulant and whiny. Which means Weird Al Yankovic in his Amish paradise is going to have to get medieval on my Heine. You wondered how long into the recorded session we could get before Heine shenanigans appeared. Ah, damn it, we're so close. I like to lie and tell myself. I could just accelerate these fights, I guess. But it is a fun excuse to use high-level magic. You can even use magic that works. It's like Freakazoid when he's trying to pick out the correct Freakmobile from his giant garage full of them. He has to pick the one that actually runs. Okay, we made it out. So we need to head back to the old Invincible. Using my patented route of get near these mountains and go right. And that's where I always leave that shit, right next to this Chocobo Woods. It's my base of operations. Alright, before we head into the final gauntlets, let's do some fun inventory shenanigans. Alright, so why don't you trade magic with Jeremy, since you can cast some of that white magic. And since Jeremy now has every summon spell equipped, I guess maybe just for fun, we could try turning him into a summoner so y'all could see good summons. Plus, you know, for a little bit, for the first part of this final gauntlet of dungeons and optional areas, we could probably get by on just high potions. Job. Summoner. Booyah. Gotta have a horn coming out of your forehead, son. How you gonna know you're a summoner? You gotta be barefooted, just like the cleric at the start of Dark Souls 2. Barefootness is next to godliness, I believe is what they say. Alright. Of the gear we're currently toting around, he can... Okay, so they don't use the staves like the white mages do, so he can't build those. But he can't wear the scholar hat? Why? Why? Alright, as for his body, I actually want to get him a black robe. He can wear either, since his summons should be int based. You're like, int based on what? I'm like, int? So instead of his mind being increased, it'd be better to have his int. Mind is a terrible thing to waste after all. Okie dokie. Oh, I forgot I gotta buy one damn Gishel Green. Boom. Oh, we finally broke 1,000,000 gil. I wonder if we'll find anywhere to spend that. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Alright, why don't you hold on to this and this. Yeah. Yeah. This and this. And we'll take with us... Alright, what's the best hat he can wear? The feather hat. Son, he'll be labeling things as macaroni before you know it. So the Imp's Yawn, I thought it cast Sleep because it's called Imp's Yawn, but I looked it up and it cast Aeroga, or Arrow 2, I guess. The God's Wines, we don't need right this second. Earth Drum can be useful where we're going. Casting Holy? Nah. Oh, I meant to do that during the Unne and Dorga fights, but we were too good. We won them too easily. We didn't have a chance to struggle, son. We're there with Saitama, with a disappointed look on our face. Alright, I think everybody else is equipped. Good. Good. Yeah, we brought shields for them for when we need shields. And we need to remember to put Jeremy's hat on him, lest he get a head cold. Didn't we grab a feather cap? Yeah, there it is. Boom. It's weird that they can't wear the scholar hat. Maybe it's because they've got that horn coming out of their head. Kind of limits your hat potential. Now that I'm thinking about it. Alright, so we've got every black magic spell with us. We've got every white magic spell with us. We've got all them summons. And... what magic is Tommy carrying? A cure and a cure too. I mean, that's useful, I guess. There's nothing wrong with carrying a cure and a cure too. Also, I just noticed that Jeremy has no level 8 spell charge, so he can't even summon Bahamut. That's not good. I forgot that summoners are so deprived of skill slots. How many elixirs am I carrying? 10. If he levels up on the way, it could be a good excuse to get him one. Maybe we'll go grind out a level real quick. That's like doing your chores. That's like having to pick up sticks in the yard before you're allowed to watch cartoons and play video games. Boys, when I was a petulant younger, nothing ruined my Saturday than my mom being like, go pick up the sticks in the yards because we're going to cut grass. And even though admittedly it probably only took me like 30 minutes to do it, I was still a petulant kid, and so I hated it. Why wouldn't I? Okay, here's how we should do this real quick. They say the best spot to grind levels outside of the final dungeon areas, like deep in the final dungeon areas where it's not convenient to get back out and heal and save, is in the beginning of Bahamut's lair. So you don't have to worry about Bahamut since the legendary and much revered Ben the Dragoon, slayer of Dragon Kings and Dragoon Ladies. Although different connotations of slayer. Yeah, I'm just saying. It's a metaphor. Alright. Drop me out of this fucking thing, boys. Plus, this is giving me an excuse to show you all the summons. The actual summons. The real summons. So apparently what makes this area so good is you get high amounts of enemies generally in your fights. Like 3. 3's not a small number. Alright, you fight, you defend, and you Zantetsuken. Adam's Edge. Schwa. He done it. And that's the way the news goes. Now that can miss, but in the meantime, it is fun to use. Alright, what's next? On the world-class, world-famous summoning tour. 2 enemies. Why have you got to make this so uneventful for the kids? Alright, let's show them Leviathan. Tsunami. Boys, going to the Tsunami would be pretty good. They ain't bad. My favorite items at the Tsunami, well, first of all, the king of all items on the Tsunami buffet is the peanut shrimp. Damn, that shit's good. I'm also a big fan of the black pepper chicken. And surprisingly, the spinach and mushrooms that has cheese melted on top of it. Lord help me. Was I almost starved fuck death? Now that Pizza Inn closed, the Tsunami's the only buffet in town to tide you over. God, I miss the Pizza Inn buffet. Any of y'all that have watched any of the early Garrett Tenfinities, like Tenfinity, Donkey Kong Country 2, or OMG Bub and Bob, Garrett's first appearance on the Tenfey channel, know all about my love for Pizza Inn and its buffet, and it's gone now, and it's sad. The nearest Pizza Inn is like several hours away from here. Crestfallen. Let's see if Ifrit will one-shot this crowd. I do like that Jeremy tends to go first now, when he's just obliterating everything. Hellfire! It's not bad. Alright. Who's next on the old summon block? Ambushed. Oh well, we did it. Somehow we got past your bullshit first ambush turn. Alright, let's see what Rama's got to say to this crowd. Kenpachi Rama-sama. Heaven's Rage. Now, I would have gone with Judgment Bolt, but that's just me. Also, we've reached the point where it's not a guaranteed one-shot. What a shame. Somehow we won, yet again, etc. I'm just showing you all the summons, and then I'm going to, like, speedily grind out a level on Jeremy. There's a big fucking group of assholes that need to be killed. I'd cast Quake to mop them up. We'll hit them all with Ice 3. That way, if Shiva's not enough. Here she comes. Diamond Dust. Yeah, that's definitely... I mean, it's good for a single spell. Please don't kill Jeremy. He's the one that I want to have experience the most. Good lord. She's getting obliterated. That still wasn't enough to end the fight. Somebody get Master Chief. Tommy's got 6x critical hit against him, and he doesn't even have a shield equipped, and he took 1 damage. I guess he did use a defend command, so that makes sense, but still. You hate to see it. I guess I could summon the Chocobo. Don't make me summon the Chocobo. Kick, kick, kick. A purple-ass Chocobo ran in here and kicked that bomb to death. That's classic Final Fantasy for you, boys. If you think about it, Chris being dead means Jeremy will get more experience. God, how close is he to level? 981. We'll fight one more battle. And since I don't want to use a Phoenix down, we won't resurrect Chris right this second. They have crab rangoons on the Tsunami buffet, but they're a fool's gambit. They're so fucking good, but you're not min-maxing your buffet properly. Damn, even with that level up, he can't cast Bahamut. Well, shit. Kind of throws a wrench in my plans. Alright, new plan. Don't worry, you'll get to see Bahamut, my god. I didn't single-handedly whip the dog shit out of him with my own 2 Dragoon hands. with no help from anyone else. I think Chris, Tommy, and Jeremy are starting to regret trying to... It's like the classic cartoon sitcom trope where a character gets too big for their britches and forgets their friends. We went through it so seamlessly, son. Okay, here is the current plan. Let's strip him asshole naked. And let's have him swap magic with Chris. You can't swap magic with the corpse. That means he's holding my life spell hostage. Unless I go buy another one. I guess I could stand to use a Phoenix down then. Jesus. Alright, now we can swap with Chris. Boom. And now we can turn him back into a white wizard. I'd like for him to stay a summoner, but we're about to go through a gauntlet where we're not going to have any way to restore our MP for a while unless we use elixirs, and he only gets so many summon charges before he's just kind of standing there and being like, hey guys, want me to summon the Chocobo again? And we're like, no, we're good. We're good, man. We appreciate it. We always appreciate you looking out for us, but I think we can beat this guy without a Chocobo kicking him in the dick just this once. Could make another Shield Hero reference. Speaking of getting kicked in the dick by a Chocobo, how about that Spear Hero? God, it makes me sad that the Spear Hero in Rising of the Shield Hero is such a fucking simp asshole. He makes all spear users look bad. Okay. Yes, sir. Just right. Conferred. Okay, since Jeremy has gone back to his white mage roots, let's get the fat Chocobo out here to cough up some weapons. Don't worry, we're going to get a chance to use that summon magic. You're like, how would he do it without the summoner as one of his classes? That doesn't make sense. He's already unlocked every job in the game. Has he now? You sound real confident when you say that. You're like, well, I was, Uncle Tenfey. I'm just saying, not all of us have read the ancient text. Not all of us cheat. Alright, we'll bring that shit with us to do. Tempted to bring the blood lance for one specific reason. Can I justify it inside my mind? It's tough. No, I can't do it. Damn it. Damn it. Okay, let's see. What else are we grabbing for this crowd? Was that everything? If your favorite part of Tenfey videos is when I'm going through menus and inventories, boys, it's got to be your favorite part of the playthrough, son. You're like, finally, it got good right at the end. Alright. I think we can store those extra golem staves. I do still want to bring this black robe with me. Let's see, the plan is to summon it. Oh no, I guess I don't need to. I guess I don't. Okay, we need to buy 47 potions, just like Doug Funny's locker number. $10, $20, $30, $40, $4, $5, $6, $7. Okay, that's good. Since Jeremy's back to being his white mage roots, is everybody gone to bed recently? Is everyone well rested? I don't want anyone tuckered out when we're going through the final gauntlet of dungeons. Boys, why does the warlock... Oh! Because I'm an idiot. I turned Jeremy into a white mage. I was like, why does he have so few spell charges? I didn't even think about the fact that his cute cat ears were no longer present, son. Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. Guess that just means we're going to have to go back to bed. Guess that means we're going to have to get McDonald's for breakfast. I actually don't mind McDonald's for breakfast. In the mornings, if Bojangles is off the cards, which unfortunately these days, sometimes it is, because it's like a 25-minute wait in the drive-thru. God bless them in these trying times. But if I had to get McDonald's, I prefer morning. If it's like lunchtime and I have to get a terrible, life-destroying fast food burger, honestly, I'd rather go to Burger King or Wendy's. Don't tell Ronald McDonald or his Japanese cousin, Donald McDonald, son. They don't take things like that very well. Alright, well, we gotta take the Invincible to the final dungeons because we gotta jump a mountain range. So let's slowly trudge our ass over here. This is like the full-sized van of airships as opposed to the speedy little coupe of the Nautilus. I'm just going to keep calling it that because I forgot to look up. I forgot to remember if that's the correct name for it. Now, no monsters attack me in the sky. I couldn't even finish the sentence. They're so petulant. I want to hear the cannons. I guess I could quake all of you to death. And we won. Somehow, some way. Just get me to this damn ancient maze. My God. So close. So close. Alright, as long as we click on Quake, everything else is fine. It is nice for them to have such a useful high damage AoE spell for the end of the game. Alright, let's pop inside. Get a little last minute refresher. I say we get Tommy back on the lead. Now that we're entering the end game dungeons. Which reminds me the ancient texts need to be updated. Let us save. So, luckily we don't have to go in there and deal with Titan. We came there and dealt with that shit early. Early Titan detection, they call it. I guess there's really no advantage to him casting level 1 ice and such when he can just do it for free. $99. Agent. Remember Agent 99 from Get Smart? It was like a part of the Inspector Gadget expanded universe, I believe. Okay, you know I gotta have this treasure chest at the end of a long fucking hallway. No, my hubris. Don't worry. I already know how we're gonna handle this fight. And I already know that it ain't gonna be no thing. Because my boy's got Quake. Oh yeah, you love to see him go second. And Tommy's got that thing in his fucking sights. Oh, that's a by the book back attack battle. Ooh. Elixir is good. A goat demon. It's actually Greater Demon. But don't tell him that I know that because I want him to be mad. It's always better when the goat demons are mad. Slap Tommy all you want. I guarantee he doesn't give a shit. Alright, this is the first room where the ancient texts need to be glanced at occasionally. Because there's twists and turns. And also headless horse ladies on a headless horse. I think we thought a palette swap version of you earlier. You remind me of somebody I've already killed. Nothing happens. It's nice having a powerful shaman here to heal, to save your potions for later. Don't drink that potion, honey. You'll spoil your big heals. But Ma... Ooh, the crystal shield. So when we want Tommy to have a shield, he has another option for a good shield. Oh no, not a back attack. Anything but a back attack. How would this pack of boys ever manage to deal with such a dangerous situation as a back attack? Completely at your headless horse mercy. That's how I would describe all of us right now. Chris just no-sold having Brack 2 cast on him. And then Jeremy did all the work. No, I talked him up so good. I just let her eat. It's the official strategy for back attacks. Don't forget that Chris has a few spell charges in his pocket as well. Oh, no, wait, he doesn't. Well, I mean, technically he could. If we were so desperate that we needed his couple of cures and cure 2s, we could have him swap magic with Chris. Quite versatile. Yeah, when my cutting boys are in the front row, ain't much you can do, even with a headless horse. Now, if you were riding an assless horse, it might be dangerous. The crystal armor. I believe I will equip that. Might seem like we're getting through these battles fairly easily, but don't forget, this is just the beginning. This is just the prelude to the final dungeon. This is the next to final dungeon. The pre-qualifier. Just 1 calorie, not final dungeon enough. Yeah, I think we're good to just speed through these here fights and get to the interesting part of the game. Y'all see what's going on. The dark scent. I can detect it wafting under the door. I can tell you ordered salsa picante. The crystal glove, you say. Well, all I need is a crystal helmet. And I'll be full crystal, son. I'll be ready to mod my Half-Life 2. Not a back attack. Anything but a back attack. How will we ever beat you? I'm so concerned that I'm just strategizing every little move I make. And every breath I take, etc. And now the fight is over. Everyone's still relatively healthy, and we've got all our potions and all our high potions. I missed the hallway. What a shame. What a shame. Oh, you survived a round of battle. Proud of you, son. Shows gumption. Guess that was what makes you a greater demon. Or a Gur demon, if Final Fantasy 1. was in charge of naming you. Well then, so he can summon copies of Unne. So she can do the same spells and such, but she has less HP. She still has just as much ass though. A situation like this might require casting a spell. My God. Well, thank God I didn't cast a spell on her. It's respectable damage, son. All things considered. I think we're at the point where we can just melee this shit to death. We've reached the melee to death threshold. You'll notice that since this is technically a crystal dungeon, since the earth crystal was right at the beginning, that they're playing the music like from the very first cave of the game. It's like a nice little bookend to the journey since we're here at the end. Who'd have thought a headless woman on a headless horse could miss their one chance, their one melee attack? If we just go straight across here, we can get to the next area, but there's items down here that I have to have. The crystal helm, finally. Oh yeah. That's a great axe right there. I don't know why we would have anyone be a Viking at this point, but I guess it's an option. I want to cast fire and healing magic on him just because I know it hurts him so bad. And that makes me feel so good. Cure that Bone D to death. Alrighty then. 2 Bone Ds. The D stands for D's nuts. Alright, I guess I could use some of my good magic then. You earned it. Each bone dragon's getting hit in the mouth, and each bone dragon's getting hit with good magic. God, Cure 3 will probably one-shot that damn thing. Fire! Dead. We might not find out, because that one might have got cut to death. Since Ben the Black Mage couldn't hold back his power. Just like an isekai protagonist. The Break Blade, the Ultimate Rod, the Phoenix Down. Alright, so the Break Sword is nice. Let's see, he has 228 attack. With it equipped, he has 253, plus it can inflict petrification. And of course, the Ultimate Rod. Boom. I think it's supposed to raise all elemental damage types, but once again, I don't think it works. I can't remember what it cast in battle. I guess we'll find out. If there's still more fighting at any point, and look at that. There were still more fighting. More fighting were declared. Why don't you cast a little cheeky Cure 1? Just for fun. Just for giggles. Either he missed or it doesn't cast nothing. What if it cast Ultima? Spoilers, that's not a spell yet. Not in this game. Remember, Ultima was in Final Fantasy II, and remember it was bugged all to shit. Very distressingly so, might I add. Bugged all to shit, and you're to blame. You give Ultimate Black Magic a bad name. I'm talking to the programmer that made Ultima terrible, apparently on purpose. And when Sakaguchi himself tried to fix it, he couldn't. He'd made it like too encrypted and complicated. Well, there's K behemoths. So what are we going to do to these fucking things? Let's throw a bio on one. And then you attack. You attack. And you... Just as a bit of a laugh, use the golem staff on one. Petrifying. Biohazard. He missed. Alright, the two melee boys are going to finish off the top one. I'm going to see if our mages combined can finish petrifying that bottom one, since Tommy did hit him with the break blade. Dead. And he got slapped for it. Well, Tommy might just kill the fucking thing. Yeah, he petrified. So the combination of the golem staves and having melee hitting the enemy with the break blade is actually really useful here at the end of the game. It's a good thing. Don't know if we need to dip into our potions just yet. Once you start opening them, they're just going to start going flat if you don't use them quick enough. So make sure you know what you're doing. Couple 2-tree items in here I want. Why back attack? It doesn't matter because the magic boys are here. Yeah, you can try. They know the threat. They know who to target first. The healer. Especially when the healer's just going to kill them. Oh, with the magic. Cure 3 for the boy. Boney D. Luffy, I think is his full name. Big fat heals of damage. And I didn't quite one-shot him, but then Tommy and Chris helped. I mean, it only took one black magic boy to take down Drake. Is that true? I can't remember if Chris hit the top one or the bottom one. But I can remember that Ben did all the work. Of that, I can be 100% certain. Running down the halls, running down the halls, getting good treasure in, running down the halls. The K Behemoth has returned. Somehow the King Behemoth has returned. Whew, I almost want to try Brack too, but it feels like such a waste of a Quake slot. Alright, how do we want to go about this? I'm doing it. It's not efficient, but I'm doing it. Let's see if Kill just lands on a powerful enemy like a King Behemoth. I'm going to be so tickled. It's going to justify it in my mind's eye. Try and stop him. The kill. No, the view to a kill. He's still petrifying. Alright. Fun and games, etc. But we gotta kill this fucking enemy. Lucky 8's fever. Once again, the damage didn't kill him. The petrification did. I wonder if Tommy had 2 break blades, if it would, like, just immediately petrify and kill the enemy. Who needs big cures? I'll always sidetrack for a Phoenix down, son. 1 King Behemoth. Really? This guy? Let's. This is our chance to use Venom for fun. He be poison. A poison behemoth. Apparently he's the maddest at being. I don't blame him. The poison killed him. Ben did all the work as always. How could you hate him? He's a lovable scamp, just like the Black Mage from 8-Bit Theater. Let's throw a big heal on everybody. Well, no, because Chris doesn't need it. He ruined it for everybody. Good job. Now nobody gets a big heal. This fucking guy. Really? 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 We even strike first. Honestly, Jeremy doesn't even need to use the Golem staff from his inventory if he lands enough hits with it. I should put it in his main hand. He can just melee with Tommy. He could be Tommy's hype man. All good healers are hype mans for their tanks, son. Maybe I should have brought both Golem staffs. It's not like him using that rune staff to cast a weak-ass version of Ice 2 is really benefiting us that much. 2 treasures remain. Not that we'll ever know what's in them. Oh boy, a back attack. It's such a rare occurrence in Final Fantasy III. I'm glad you all got to see it. Big damage. And look at that. They don't take kindly to being cured. The 3 of them together. Now, what about Ben? Oops. Accidentally did twice as much damage as all 3 of you combined. Nothing personal. Boys, when you're out edging the Dark Knight in your team, something's wrong with your balance, your chakras and such. The Hell Claw. I ain't got no martial artist these days. The Holy Lance. So that's the most powerful lance in the game. I almost wanted to bring the Blood Lance so I'd have an excuse for Ben, especially if he runs out of good spell charges, to class change him back to Dragoon just to use that Holy Spear, but it's too indulgent. Even I can admit when I'm being Dragoon indulgent. Cast Break, you cast swords, you cast swords, you fight with sticks. Petrifying. Petrifying. Petrified. There you go, boys. That's teamwork. Alright, and just like that, we made it through the pre-dungeon. That wasn't even technically part of the final dungeon. Maybe use a tent on the world map. Really, a tent? Huh? This is where I would use a tent if that had one. Spoilers, there's no tents in this game. It's heartbreaking, I know. So we're just going to have to make it on our own. Little brother is a big fan of Final Fantasy III on the Famicom because he's a big fan of making it on his own, son. He's going to be a quarterback when he grows up. He's going to throw for 1,000 yards. Alright, let's take our first plunge into ye old final dungeon. Alright, I was bringing up the ancient text for this place, and I used that as an excuse to let y'all hear some of the final dungeon music without me talking over it. There's a bunch of optional chests on this floor, but they all contain spellcasting items. And you know how I, quote-unquote, love those. So this is the entrance to the Forbidden Land Eureka that, is not necessary. We could skip all of this. But we want that good shit, boys. So we're going to plunge into the darkness. It's basically like having to climb... Oh, let us play out this. So yeah, it's basically like climbing the entire final dungeon in reverse. But don't worry, it's worth it. If you were to beat this game without getting the stuff out of Eureka, man, you're tougher than me. Alright, Quake everyone. Fight everyone. And always have fun. That's the motto of the Onion Boys of Light. What a fun battle. Okay, I will pop over here and grab these chests real quick. Ambush. The only way they'll get a turn? Maybe that's why you get back attack and ambush so much in this game, because Sakaguchi. I almost instinctually said Miyazaki. Oh no, have I got to make up more fan fiction about Hidetaka Miyazaki secretly working on this game too? But the reason they give you so many ambushes is because they know you're too good. It's the only way to give the enemy a chance. Every time we can cast Quake to just end the battle, we should. Although, we're going to run out of Quake charges real quick, unfortunately. North Wind. Elixir is what I actually wanted. Those two chests on the other side have more spellcasting items. Good for them. Maybe we'll grab them on the way back. Oh yeah, by the way, I haven't mentioned yet. For all of these final dungeons, including that maze we just went through, the exit spell no longer works. So if you want to get back to the world map, you have to trudge your ass all the way back. And then even worse, if you want to go back to the rest of the game, or back to the Invincible, just to sleep in the bed, or like access Fat Chocobo for job class changes and such, you got to trudge back through that damn labyrinth. And then you got to do it all in reverse to get back here. It's a motherfucker. I don't disagree with the fact that people say Final Fantasy III has like one of the most brutal end games. But that's just how we're going to be forged in the crucible of combat. That's how we prove to Sakaguchi that we're the true warriors of light. Moderate heals, yeah. Luckily, a Bolt 3 can one-shot these guys, so Ben can still be up there. He can still be a contender. He could still be a combender. Take me downstairs. How about that? Alright, in this room, there's shenanigans and such. What do I want? What intrigues me? Okay, cool. So first and foremost, get into this damn fight. This is one we could just speed through. If it's in a fight like that where I know we can finish it in one turn without much hassle, then I don't mind accelerating. There's a real good secret right in here. It's one of the few times they don't mark the wall, although if you saw that chest there and you've played through the game, then you would know that there's some sort of wall shenanigans. So there is a ribbon inside a much appreciated and a much valued recurring Final Fantasy headgear. But of course, there was a monster in a box. Or in this case, there was a shinobi in a box. I like that this ninja was just hiding in there. Like that assassin from Doom that like lived inside the walls for 2 weeks. This guy's kind of dangerous, so let's use big damage techniques on him. Big cash money damage, to be specific. Although he is petrifying. Maybe we can break him. Somebody get Bane on the phone. big bio damage. Alright, you crowd continue trying to kill him, and we'll see if we can stack enough petrifying break charges on him. He doesn't deserve 369s. Petrified, hell yeah. That's how you deal with a ninja. Medusas are notoriously effective against ninjas. Alright, well the ribbon headgear gives you protection from basically every element, which gives you protection from basically every status effect like it does in later games. So we're definitely going to throw that on the healer. The horse is the healer. Thought y'all would appreciate a little Jackie Chan Adventures reference for a second there. And then there's these assholes. So this path right here is optional, but the treasure at the end is real neat. And real sweet. If we could ever get to it. Well, I see the demon horses have reappeared. The horse from my nightmares. Oh, the nightmare. I get it. They used to think bad dreams was caused by an evil horse, like poking its head in your window at night and staring at you while you sleep. And like blowing in your ear and stuff. Licking your toes. All those things evil horses love to do when you're vulnerable. And so that's where the term the nightmare comes from. Alright, a shuriken. Unfortunately, we have no class that can use a shuriken. Isn't that odd? It must be a bug that they put it in the game. Oh well. It'll just make us think of Shadow from Final Fantasy VI. Everyone's favorite Final Fantasy VI character, I believe. When we polled local Tenfeys, that was the consensus. If I was on Family Feud and Louis Anderson was like, we polled 100 Tenfeys on what their favorite Final Fantasy VI character is, and I got first guess, Shadow, son. And then when the thing goes, I just start screaming. Just start choking Louis Anderson. He's like, you can't do this to me. I'm Louis Anderson. Save me, crate of dildos. This is technically old school Tenfey references. I like to think the kind of people that would watch Tenfey's magical video game adventure Final Fantasy III are the same people that will have previously watched Garrett play Stalker. The main reason I came into that room is there's a Phoenix down. The other little room over there has spellcasting items. I don't care. You have to let go of your spellcasting item attachment in this game to get anywhere. It's only after you've lost every spellcasting item that you're free to do any spellcasting item. No PT is static. Everything's falling apart. We need big heals, and we need them now. Or, you know, Ben could just go and kill all of them. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah, that's what we wanted the whole time. It's like that episode of SpongeBob where he's in the TV commercial and he lets the fame go to his head. I'm like, they seem to like it when I cast this Earth Elemental spell that one-shots the enemy party. And y'all are like, that's what we wanted. Big Cure 3s. Ooh. I guess when you split on Big Cure 3s aren't that big. I guess even an extra large pizza isn't that good when you have like 20 fucking people. Ambushed! Oh, there's Sleipnir or whatever. I was talking about Odin's horse earlier. They actually have that name. They have sleep in their name if you pronounce it the way I pronounce it, which means they're also technically nightmares. Let's give Tommy a big fat heel of his own. Especially since he's getting bullied by horses. We found 2 high potions. No, but I already have 99. That's the nightmare that the nightmare horses brought me. It's the nightmare of squandered potential items. It's Henry's nightmare. Alright, let's see. The ancient text. What have you got to say about this little region? Okay. That's worth a side tour. Well, hey. You remind me of a boss I murdered. I mean, justifiably slayed in the fast. Wonder if we can just break him. Oh, Chris could just kill him. That works too. Broke his soul. Alright, this box over here, boom, has an elixir. And you could see the 1 shuriken box over there. Which means if we hadn't gotten it first, we'd have seen that and been like, oh, we got to go back and get that box. And then when we went back, we would have saw that it was the unequipable shuriken. Not a back attack. Did you guys hear a frog? I guess there are enemies that cast status effects. I guess that wasn't just a dream I had. Defend yourself, frogman. Only the kiss of a maiden could cure such an ailment. Too late. Everyone's dead. Look at this little frog victory stance. Ah, Tommy Frog. Oh no, because he was the overworld character, we are as frogs now. Become as frogs. Alright, somebody get a maiden to kiss Tommy. Right on the cheek of the ass. It's the most potent place a maiden can kiss you to heal you. How do you think the priestess healed the goblin slayer when he was almost killed by that huge goblin in the sewers? Remember, he woke up in the bed like with the the priestess laying next to him, ass all naked. It was the only way to revive him. That's what the shield maiden told her, at least. Okay, big groups of enemies get quaked. I ain't joking around now. I ain't fooling, see? Oh yeah. Good times. Magical good times are always good to have. It's why so many people, I assume, are fans of the Miguel Magico Dark Souls 2 Magic Only playthrough. Shuriken! Alright, this is a more normal battle. I like it that way. Especially when I get first strikes. Once again, I haven't really been paying attention to our levels. We've gained 2 levels since because when we first left the Invincible, we were all level 40. Alright, this floor is very straightforward. Hey guys, can't help but notice you've got snake hands. I thought their names was Hookah, but it's Hauka. These fucking things are dangerous when you get a preemptive strike. You crowd deserve a quake. They're still dead to 1 Tommy in though. Big fat cures. Boom. Yeah, Cure 4, when you divide it up, it's still, you know, a respectable amount of HP restored, but considering the spell completely heals a single target, I think it should heal for 999 or 9,999 divided by 4 when you hit the whole party with it. But that's just me. Not like Sakaguchi listens to anything I have to say about game balance. Especially since he hired that new intern that's always giving me the stink eye. Bliyazaki, I think he said his name was. I can't tell because he's always wearing these thick glasses and has a big handlebar mustache. Okay, this is the first of the optional bosses that are guarding a powerful item. So, let's get our loins good and girded. Make sure our gear's good. Oh yeah, nothing girds a man's loins like a good crystal. Let's do this. The full moon chakram with the power of darkness. Oh no. I'm flashing back to the Heine incident. So this is a palette swap of Heine, the boss that does elemental barrier shifts. And spoilers, this version of him does that too. But we have non-elemental magic now, like Bio, which means we can just go aboard him. It's a good thing. Tell you what, why don't you haste up the boys? Get this over with quick. Oh yeah, you love to see it. Slap me all you want, it won't save you. You can't slap away the devil. Tommy gets hasted too. Why do you all always have to go before you get hasted, son? It's like leaving without your lunchbox at the when you're on your way to school, running out to catch the school bus that you thought you were going to miss. Flame. That's funny. It's funny when you act like you're a threat to us. Oh no, please don't change your wall. Can you change it to protect you from katana swords and biohazards? I didn't think though, you smug asshole. Finally, we've gotten closure on the Heine incident. Alright, so the neat thing about the full moon chakram is not only is it a powerful weapon. Why do I have 99? Oh god, I think the inventory glitch happened when I got too many high potions. I wasn't even thinking about it. I don't know why. I was going to explain this glitch to y'all later, but it actually happened naturally on its own. And I don't know. I think it turned an empty inventory slot into 99 Kaiser Claws. I'll explain it to y'all later, but that's funny that that happened. I didn't plan for that at all. Anyway, the full moon chakram is a powerful throwing weapon that can be equipped by both knights and dark knights. But the real neat thing is that it has the same accuracy from the back row. It's a back row weapon. So if we wanted to now, we could take... Oh, I don't even have the damn room for it. Okay, here's how we're going to do it now. Put your other katana sword back on. Boom. Take this one off. Put the full moon in his main hand. Put his more better Kiku katana in his offhand. Now we can put him in the back row, and even though he'll get less hits with his offhand katana, he'll take so much less damage because enemy accuracy is halved when they melee your back row characters. So there you go. Also, conversely, we could put it on Tommy and have him actually have a shield in his offhand and put him in the back row, and then when he's covering the other teammates, he'll take less damage. That's actually a better plan. I think that's what I'm going to do if I can make inventory space now. Alright, what garbage do I have? Lidless Kiss is like casting Drain. Who cares? We don't need this diamond glove anymore. I don't believe. We got a crystal gauntlet, yeah. So we don't need that anymore. I don't care about this light staff. Technically, I could just throw away the Hell Claw, but it's a unique item. Oh, I'd feel so bad. Same thing with this great axe. So much worthless garbage that I covet so dearly. We don't need this diamond helm anymore either. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Tell you what. Take this full moon off of Chris. Down here to Tommy. Of course, the downside is Tommy won't be swinging the break blade if he has a... I say, I'm scheming. This is my scheming face. Tell you what, let's put the break... Because I don't... Yeah, unfortunately, the Dark Knight... The break blade isn't a katana sword, which means the Dark Knight doesn't even recognize it. He doesn't even acknowledge it as a sword. He's like, that edged weapon. Could it really be forged into that shape? How many millions of times was it folded? Alright, well then let's put you back the way you were. Back the way you was. I guess we could give him the Genji shield. Make him a little bit more. Now we're getting up against some tougher enemies, and he's the only one in the front row. Rot row. He's in the front row. Zoinks! Alright, what if you were to cast some sort of humorous low-level magic, and you crowd all just attack? Wouldn't that be fun? Chris still one-shots with only one katana sword. One-shot katana would be the name of his solo game. From the makers of Red Dead Revolver, of course. Alright, this floor is interesting because it has interesting things we want to have. Alright, I'm just gonna have everyone melee you. You've proven that I can't take you seriously as a threat. Well, I say that, but then Chris decided to not get big damage hits. Big damage swings. Whoosh! It's from the back row. Obliterated. The back row obliterator would be a cool nickname. Maybe get it bedazzled onto a jean jacket. I see a katana sword. Well, ain't you fucking pretty? You're that kind of fella that doesn't like to get hit with lightning magic. Let's find out. Skadoosh. 609. It's awfully close. Alright, let's make sure everyone's real healthy before we interact with this katana sword that's just laying here for us to have. Yeah. The Dark Sword Masamune. If you can defeat me, I shall become yours. This is the form of the Masamune. Is this ninja lady? In thigh highs! Oh no! They found a way to make her dangerous. Alright, bio, attack, attack. And you haste them boys. I didn't even see Tommy swing his break blade with his offhand. Mind Blast! Oh no, half the team got paralyzed. All the blue and gold characters got paralyzed. Okay, let's see. Cast Protect on yourself just in case. So I guess because Jeremy has the ribbon on is why he resisted it, and Tommy resisted it because he's fucking Tommy. And he's built like a semi-truck when he's defending. Does Asuna, which is, I assume they've renamed to Heal, cure paralysis? I guess we'll find out. If Tommy doesn't kill her first. Status restore. Okay, it does. Not that it matters. Well, at least if she's wasted turn Mind Blast, it's just more turns for Tommy to beat her to death. Oh, I want it so bad for Jeremy to finish the fight. Cured. Just in time to see her die. Tommy did all the work that fight, boys. With a little help from Jeremy. Hell yeah. So the Masamune in this game is the ultimate Dark Knight sword. But unfortunately, it's not the most powerful sword in the game. But for the time being, Chris goes from 142 to 177, and he gained agility and vitality. So he's a tough hombre at the moment. Well, let's keep on keeping on. A Phoenix Down's a good treasure too, I guess. It's no ultimate katana sword. Well, there was your one chance. I noticed your single melee attack didn't kill my entire party, so my condolences. Just the one swing of the break blade to remind him of his status. Running. Item. Oh boy! I'm gonna revive a dead party member and heal him to full HP. 2 Oceanus. About as uneventful as a battle could be when you think about it. Who gets cured too? You do. Well, that bridge to the left is broken, so I guess we have to go this way. Ha-ha this away and ha-ha that away, etc. Back attack by a ninja. Well, that was your one chance, buddy. And you done a great job. Tommy's actually just in the front row for fun when we get back attack now. I thought for sure he'd be petrified. If Tommy had the break blade in his main hand, it probably would have. And if Jeremy had applied some petrification with his golem staff hit, he probably would have turned to stone. I'm just gonna keep trying to break him, son. I guess Chris could use an eye drops for fun. Even though he has cool guy sunglasses now. Seven hits, huh? And still you couldn't stop him from turning into a statue. Just for fun, because I don't believe we've done it once the whole playthrough, let's cast the Wash spell. It's the fun and item-saving way to cure blindness. Oh, we made it all the way to this sword. So we found the Masamune, and this is a much more knightly-looking sword sticking out of this rock. So I'll go ahead and let y'all guess which recurring Final Fantasy sword is in this here rock to be pulled out for us to have. The Holy Sword Excalibur. Can you withstand my light? The General, son. We're going to save so much money on car insurance after we kick this guy's ass. Hasty makes wasty. Now let's do some damage that's tasty. I was so hoping that Jeremy would do all the work right then. With that final little bit of damage. $84. That's a bit of a step down from the damage Bio was doing. And that's the way the news goes. Alright, well now that we have the Holy Sword Excalibur, we can't justify Tommy being in the back row anymore. So, unequip that, unequip that. Excalibur. And Crystal Shield. Boys, if he had a crystal sword, he'd be full-blown crystal, son. Living the dream. So now we can actually take Chris and put the Masamune in his main hand Masamune, as they say, and put the full moon in his offhand and put him in the back row. And I think he'll do alright. He's got a good head on his shoulders, his Dark Knight shoulders. Well, we've run out of paths. I guess we'll trek our ass all the way back up the tower. We've gotten every treasure. It's what Sakaguchi is hoping and dying that we do. I wonder how many people have played through this game and just thought the Masamune and the Excalibur were the final treasures of this area. I like to think it's at least one person, and then I like to think that person is somehow watching this playthrough. An old Japanese man who in his youth in the 80s purchased a Famicom and Final Fantasy III and thought he knew it all. Well, spoilers, the spots where there's no bridge is a hidden path you can just walk over. I hope to God that man wasn't eating a big bowl of ramen, slurping the most noodles right when I said that, because they will be spit everywhere. Even down here, boosh, boosh, we can keep going. Yeah, we know how this shit goes. And even that is a secret wall. The ninja has become just a regular ass enemy in this area. That's interesting. Have a break too. Oh yeah, Tommy doesn't currently have the break blade, so my plan to turn them into statues isn't quite as effective. Or Ben could just kill him. I can't land kill magic, but I can turn a motherfucker into a statue, son. Point me towards Cedric Diggory. Alright, there's the two ultimate treasures, but before we deal with them, let's pop in this little room here. The first thing you'll notice, zoop, HP and MP restored, baby! So this is the main reason, oh, this is a revival spring too. The main reason you trudge all the way down here is this is the ultimate store. So this fellow right here sells the level 8 black and white magics. And this one over here sells duplicates of the ultimate summons if you've beaten them. They won't appear here unless you've actually defeated the boss. And we don't really need to worry about buying those because, spoilers, I can just make as many copies as I want. Don't tell them that. I can pirate. You wouldn't pirate a dragon summon, would you? More shurikens? I don't understand. Why are you trying to pawn this garbage off onto me? Okay, well, we're in the area. We should at least get life 2. And the problem with these spells is they're all level 8, but Bahamut is also level 8, and Bahamut, spoilers, is the best, like, non-elemental group damage you can do. So, we could buy Holy just so we get to see Holy. Yeah, why not? Do I have any garbage to sell? I mean, I do, but I covet it so. I covet it so. Okay, great axe. Sell that. I mean, we're not going to equip either of these. I'm not going to sell the Holy Spear just because I know it would make the Dragoon ladies so remiss if I were to diss the Ultimate Spear by selling it. But we can sell these 99 Kaiser Knuckles that we got for fun through glitch shenanigans. Alright, well, let's slap Life 2 and Holy on our healer and go out there and deal with those last two bosses. Just heal again for fun. Oh. Interacting with this, pressing the B button brings up the use item screen, but the problem is I was trying to hold B to run. Can't blame Sakaguchi for that, because he didn't put run in the game. So, what order do we want to grab these in? The one on the left is more important, the Elder Staff. But that sword on the right might be our final chance to fight with this party combination. I am the ultimate sword Ragnarok. It's still too early for you to use me. Well, yeah, because I haven't killed you yet. The Guardian. I like to do big damage to the Guardian. So that's what we're going to do. Let's haste our crowd, and then we'll start throwing out holies if we don't need healing. Quake. Yeah, we might need a little bit of healing just to top us off. Oh yeah, that's back row damage too, boys. Good, and might I add times. I'm so confident that I'm just going to cast Holy for fun. I mean, it's not unimpressive. Gus, the Punch Boy White Mage from Final Fantasy II, might not be impressed by it, but it's not bad. I mean, Bio did basically the same damage. Alright, we gotta take our HP more seriously now. Fun is fun and laughs is laughs, but we gotta keep this crowd going. Okay, good. He put Reflect on himself, which means the Bio spell I'm gonna cast will be reflective, but maybe nothing bad will happen. See? Nothing bad happened. Even his cat ears get sad. And just like that, the ultimate Night Sword, Ragnarok, is in our grasp. Boom, boom, boom. That's a good weapon. I'm almost tempted to have Tommy hold the Excalibur in his offhand. It's like offhand in the Thunder Fury. Only Brian Lee would be so bold. Well, we're near a healing spring, so just cure for everyone. We can go there and get our spell charges back. Right quick.